To be honest, adventure education as a structured process, I encountered 7 years ago when I went to my first training course on outdoor education in general. But that was more structured approach. But I would say throughout the young years and my childhood, we are quite outdoorsy culture, I would say, where I grew up, and we generally spent quite a lot of time outdoors doing things outdoors, and also outdoor activities were some of my favorite activities to do at some point. And at some point of my youth years, I was even part of rafting, youth camps and things like that. But as a structured learning experience where I learned more about the approach was, I think 7 years ago. For me, adventure education is a part of outdoor education. So I would say outdoor education is an umbrella, and adventure education is one of the elements there. And for me, the key peculiarity, if I might say, of adventure education is that the experiences and learning processes that are in adventure education are involving a certain amount of risk. And risk becomes a factor which influences the learning, and it makes the learning more impactful and intense. So I would say that would be the key factor. And it is this risk element and risk factor is being presented in different ways. I would say that's the main feature of adventure education for me. But the main focus is also on, of course, personal or professional development, but also one of the beauties or the gems of adventure education is also group development and the cooperative learning environment and cooperation. I think there is a difference. Very often for me, some of the really cool things which are definitely being developed are adaptability and resilience. And there is a different level of resilience when it comes to actually dealing with experiences which train that. Because usually this is a challenging experience, or again, for someone it's not such a big challenge. Maybe it's a walk in the park, like, I don't know, we go on a hike and we spend the night in the forest. For someone is like, oh, come on, I go for a week, for a month to the mountains alone. So it's actually nothing. But for others, that would be already too far out of the comfort zone. So different people, in terms of cultures, they approach it differently. And just a few months back, we had a program where we had, and again, I don't want to put stereotypes there, but we had a certain group coming from more northern countries, let's say, more Nordic countries, and people were like, yeah, organized, let's go there, here. They are super used to these experiences, and they are actually taking them hands-on. And then we had some more cultures which are more southern vibe. For them, that was a really big challenge. So actually, the combination of these two was a great process to my mind, because they managed to support each other in a way. But you can see immediately that people approach the same experience differently. And because again, the comfort zone, or this overused word, concept, and what is comfortable enough or okay enough to try out and to experiment is different for different groups. And I think for certain vulnerable groups, there could be even different level of challenges. Like for them, there could be a very basic resource challenge. Like they don't have a proper gear when it comes to a certain more demanding outdoor experiences. I don't know, you need to go on a hike, it's rainy, and you need to have proper clothing. And I think also us as educators, we need to be adaptable when it comes to that. But diversity of backgrounds can enrich the outdoor education experience and adventure-based learning. I think it's also, unfortunately, often the barrier of educators to even start using outdoor activities or adventure-based activities. Because for some of the people I met in the programs, they were saying like, yeah, but I don't want to do that with my groups. It's too risky. I don't want to take those risks. So yeah, the question of safety is always there when it comes to adventure-based programs. That safety is becoming always a factor that we need to weigh in when we prepare activities. My suggestion, not suggestion maybe, but I think here resilience of us and the kind of emotional stability of us as educators can help a lot. Educators need to have a proper training in order to run certain programs. I mean, in certain countries, you cannot do, for example, a low rope course without a certification. The more we are prepared in advance, the safer and at ease we feel when it comes to the process itself. For example, if you want to organize an educational hike, it's cool if you go on that hike by yourself or with your colleague, co-trainer in advance. So you already can check the route, you can see potential threats, you can see what could be the potential dangers and so on. Of course, in the nature, everything can happen. There is always an element of uncertainty, and that's the beauty of it, and that's why it becomes adventurous. But we can prepare for that with certain things. And sometimes actually it's not so much of extra preparation that we need to do. Self-check the road in advance. It could save a lot of trouble to you when it comes to being there with the group. And I think that's one thing. And the second thing, as a suggestion, I think in terms of safety and generally organizing these activities from perspective of feeling safe, I think it's also a very nice idea to give certain ownership for that process to participants. And I'm not saying like, okay, you take care of yourself, I'm not responsible. You are responsible as an educator there. You are responsible for their safety. But I think the group, when they have the ownership of the process itself, they can do a lot of things. And especially when you work with adults, it becomes very easy. I mean, very easy maybe is an exaggeration, but it becomes manageable, also easier for you. I generally think that the issue maybe is a little bit more systemic. First of all, I really think that adventure-based education and outdoor education should be promoted more. Because for certain people, there is a little bit of that's not for me. Oh, they go in those dirty boots somewhere, or they do this outdoorsy stuff. No, I'm not that person. So there is quite a certain attitude towards what it is when it comes to adventure-based education and outdoor education, and certain misconceptions as well. And we had participants who came, for example, for training courses sometimes with not very clear idea of where they are coming to, or with a very clear idea that it's not for them, but they decided to give it the last chance. And when they did, they actually understood the potential and what it actually does. Because for me, the beauty of adventure-based education is that it can have an opportunity at behavioral change, which is super hard. And that creates such a huge potential for personal growth, but also for the group growth. So it needs to be promoted more. There are opportunities. I think they are not enough. when it comes to qualitative opportunities outdoors, because often I think also partly it's a misconception based on reality, partly it is a misconception. There is the thing of, okay, it's an outdoor program, they will be just going on trips there and they will not be really learning. Sometimes it's also the misconception of national agencies, of funding bodies, if we talk about Erasmus+. And to be honest, why I'm saying partly it's true, because there are programs, and I know such programs, where basically the group spends a week doing outdoor activities, but mostly recreational outdoor activities. It's beautiful, it's nice, it's amazing, but maybe not so much having a very strong educational value when it comes to learning focus. So maybe I'm guessing that maybe that's one of the reasons why this misconception has been created. On the other hand, there are some absolutely stunning outdoor programs which some people organize, and usually there are people who are really dedicated to outdoor, and they know the power of outdoor because it worked for them and for their lives, and so they bring it further. And I wish more people could discover these kind of programs and they could participate and learn from them. Because for me personally, adventure-based outdoor educational programs, they were some of the most impactful learning experiences that I had. So yeah, there should be more.